my fellow teachers and administrators of the county school district. Today there are many students and their families that are in need of many necessities that are not being provided. The basic needs like food, clothing, and shelter are often not being given to the families and or students. These necessities is something as a school and through the community and organizations we can help with. It is up to the teachers and the leadership of our schools to see these needs and work together to provide shelter, clothing, and food, which are the basic needs for these students and their families. We need to get partnerships with many businesses, churches, and organizations to bring these basic necessities into full for the many students that are in need. How is this done, you might ask? Well, first we need to start with the bigger need, food. Yes, food is one of the biggest needs these students have, and they may be one of the easiest of all the necessities we can work on. First, each school already has a kitchen. And what we can do is provide extra meals for those in need. Working with the aforementioned organizations and churches, etc., we can receive the money and food from these locations to make the meals we need for these children and their families. Working with area food banks, Salvation Army, Community Action, Goodwill, churches, and even local restaurants and grocery stores and businesses willing to give food and money and asking for volunteers to cook and distribute the food needed. This need could be worked with much help, and it is very important. The second thing, clothing, can also be received, and we can work with many of the aforementioned businesses and organizations to do this. Places like Goodwill, American Thrift, local churches, and local thrift stores will allow us to get clothing for students and even the families. We need to work with them to get clothing for the children. Lastly, housing. This is perhaps the hardest for us to work with, but many families have a shelter or home to live in, but often there are times they are unable to pay for their rent or utilities. This is where organizations that help, like churches, again, Catholic Social Services, and Community Action, and maybe even businesses are able to and willing to help in providing. Let us help them succeed by getting their needs provided. In short, we need to be the ones to step up and help these students succeed. For when they are suffering for their basic needs, their education can also suffer. I thank you for listening. May God bless you. Thank you.